It's that damn whiskey. Does it to me every time. But you know what? That's all right. It's sweat of enjoyment.
It's enjoyment sweat.
It's enjoyment. It's enjoyment perspiration.
Enjoyment sweat.
How about that? I'm glistening with whiskey joy. Yeah, that's going to be the new closer, my friends.
Glistening
Leave a comment.
with whiskey joy.
Right. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about that one. I'll take the abuse because I've earned it on that. But you know what? We don't care because we're just having fun. Welcome to another episode of That Whiskey Show. I am Chris, and this gorgeous lady is my wife, Joan.
Hi.
Tonight, we are going to be doing another whiskey that neither one of us are super versed in. We actually just cracked it open, and we're excited to try it out. It is the Belle Meade. Is this a rye? No, this is a sour mash.
Sour mash bourbon.
Sour mash bourbon. Last week we did rye, so I'm on like this rye thing.
It is high rye. It's a high rye bourbon.
So I was right. See, that's okay. Mistakes happen, and that's all part of the gig. But anyways, we're excited to do a review on this one. Joni has some knowledge on this one, so I'm going to turn it over to her so she can kind of go and let everyone know what this is all about, and then we'll get to the tasting.
All right. Like Chris said, this is the sour mash. Difference between sweet mash and sour mash has nothing to do with the flavor. It's just that they keep a bit of the old beer from the production to make new. It's a way to keep the yeast strain alive and to control for consistency. Just about every whiskey out there is a sour mash.
Gotcha. Then how come every whiskey doesn't put that on the bottle? So are they just like really pushing this out there as like, this is what we want this known as?
I don't know why they don't put it on. I think it's because some people do have the mistaken idea that it does have something to do with it being sour.
Gotcha.
However, they do put something that almost every other whiskey producer puts on there, small batch, which usually means like absolutely nothing. It could literally be like 250,000 barrels. And you could call it small batch because if you're a Brown Foreman, that is a very small batch.
Gotcha.
These guys use 4 barrels at a time in each batch. So it is one of the true, like actually small batch that calls themselves small batch.
Gotcha, because obviously a lot with like anything, labeling is a huge part of marketing. So you put different things on there. The small batch draws people's eye going, oh, well, this must be a limited. I'm going to grab that. The sour mash is putting it out there to people who may confuse it going, well, is that going to be a sour whiskey? What is this going to be? So labels are very important. Marketing is very important. And this is a bourbon that is obviously putting that out there to get you to draw interest to it. And for us, it worked. I mean, she went and bought this. She's been wanting to try it out. So we are looking forward to doing this one.
Yeah, just came into our Midwest market. I saw it at the grocery store. I've had some people ask me about it, and I had nothing to tell them because it wasn't in market. Now, I can tell you.
So is this pretty ready available then now?
Readily available for the most part. Like I said, just came into market. I don't really know about the availability from experience. Gotcha.
And what is the bottle of this run?
About 40.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a pretty fair priced bourbon. This is a 90 proof. Is that correct?
Just a hair over 90.
Okay. So gonna have a little bit of strength to it. Last one we reviewed was an 80 proof, and that was very, very smooth. This has definitely a really nice color to it.
Yeah, it's also beating at the top, which I didn't think would happen with a 90, but well, it's happening. So.
And what's this aged?
The barrels are going to be, okay, so they source this from MGP. They do barrel age and bottle it at the Greenbrier Distillery in Nashville, Tennessee. But they do, and they're very honest about it, they source it from MGP. They get 2 high rye bourbons and mix them together. Combined mash bills going to be 64% corn, 30% rye, and 6% malted barley.
Oh, okay.
So that's really, on their part, good on them for releasing their mash bills and where they get it from and being very transparent about the fact that they do source it.
Yeah, I agree. very.
I really I love this nose.
I do too.
Very unique.
Really floral.
Yeah, yeah. And you do pick up on that rye. This is more rye than the rye that we did last week.
Yes, because that rye we did last week was just really sweet, and that was like we talked about really apple heavy. This is, for me, I'm getting the floral, and when you and I talked about that, a lot of times the floral can be the rye. And is it right? And just people smell it in a different way.
Spiciness and floralness, like almost like a perfume. It's subjective.
And for 90 proof, it doesn't have like a super high ethanol smell to it. You can get a good nose on that, and it's not like really burning you up or anything.
No, it shouldn't be at 90. So it shouldn't, like, if you open up a 90 proof and it assaults you with ethanol, put it back.
Right.
Put it back.
Right. Yeah, agreed.
So I think this is actually pretty well executed. I think whoever picked out the barrels did a very good job. Nothing is jumping out at me. There's no off note. It's really nice and spicy. I love these high rye bourbons because they take the sweetness that the corn puts in and they complement it with a nice spiciness. And then this one is a little floral.
Very smooth.
Mm-hmm. Not much alcohol burn at all.
No, I mean, it's there.
Yeah,
but it's not...
It's on the palate. You can tell it's there, but it's not anything that's...
Yeah, nothing to be afraid
uncomfortable.
of. It definitely... You know you're drinking a 90 proof whiskey. You do feel the burn, but not overpowering. Because as I've said in every video we've done, I am not necessarily a high proof guy, and I like sweeter and smoother whiskeys. And this is a real nice kind of complement in between.
Yeah.
Like, it's not super strong, but you are getting a little bit of that burn when it goes down. Good flavor to it, and a really long finish.
Nice long finish.
Yeah.
A little thin in the mid palate. I think it starts out really strong and it finishes really strong, but there's not a ton going on in the mid palate.
You know, you're absolutely right. While you were talking about that and that sip that I just took on that, it hits you, it disappears, and then it comes back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of strange. Like, I haven't really had that. Well, for me, like, out of the whiskeys that we've been doing, I haven't had that sensation yet, or that tasting yet, of where really knocks you in the teeth right off the bat, totally disappears, and then comes back a couple seconds later to really fill out.
Yeah. Unique. Definitely. This does not taste like every other bourbon. Love that it's high rye. It's non-age dated, but they do disclose 6 to 8 years old.
Okay.
So...
And yeah, so this is one that you would have to check out availability in your local market. As she said, it just hit ours.
So new here. I've never seen it come and then go and then come and go.
Right.
But...
And that's what's exciting for us is, you know, now doing this show and it being a young show, you know, hats off to my wife. She really tries to go out and find things that have just hit the market or have just come out so we can put a fresh perspective on it. One that there isn't 500 videos out there telling you that it smells like Granddad's leather wallet from W2.
This does smell great, though. The nose on this is amazing.
Right, but so we like going out and finding these newer whiskeys that are out so we can try them and kind of present them to you. Because our last one, that whiskey was, 20 days on the market?
Yeah.
At Basil Hayden's that we did?
If that.
Which we both really like that, by the way. I think that bottle's almost gone.
It's too easy to drink.
So it really is easy. But so is this.
Too easy to drink.
I mean, this is a nice summer drink.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it's
the
refreshing.
First time we tried it, we had it on the patio, and it was a great patio sipper.
I would be interested in a little water in this. I'd like to see what water does, because the last time we did not do any water.
We did. It wasn't good. The water was not good. Neither one of us liked it. On the 80 proof, the Basil Hayden?
Yeah, no, I'm talking this one.
Oh,
I'm talking this one.
okay.
We didn't do water on that.
I did. Didn't like it.
Man, she just loves to correct me.
Dude, I'm nice. That's what I do. That's my thing.
Fair.
Also, I had had a couple drinks by that time, so of course I don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm having the same reaction to it.
Yeah, the
as
water
I
didn't
had.
really
No.
do much as far as nosing it. Didn't really bring out any more. Still, there's that nice floral. It didn't change anything of that.
I feel like it damped it down more than anything else. It just took it. It didn't really release anything else, which is weird.
Well, now for me though, okay, so like we were talking
Maybe
about
a little bit of peanut.
where it first hit you, and then there wasn't much in the mid. With the water, I felt that the mid was there a little bit more, and there was some pepper coming through on that I wasn't necessarily getting the first round. Are you getting that pepper now?
Yeah, not a black pepper though, like almost like a gingery pepper.
Yeah.
Not ginger flavor.
No.
But the kind of pepperiness you get from raw ginger. Yeah. Okay. I still like it better without the water.
I do too, but
Yeah.
that definitely wasn't there
True.
without the water.
True.
The water added that mid flavor element, that added that pepper to it, but
Which is why I hate drinking whiskey alone. Because I never probably wouldn't have even thought about that.
right. And that's the whole thing, and that's something that we really cannot express enough about why we do this show and why people like yourselves who are watching this experiment. Whiskey is meant to enjoy with someone, to talk about, to try to find different flavors in. This is super exciting for me because I'm new at this. This is something that she has been working on me to try to learn and enjoy much more about whiskey. And so I really have been enjoying it because once you start to, if you will, train your palate and your nose to kind of learn things, it becomes a whole different world.
It's
and that's
way
what
more
it's about.
rewarding. It's not
Yes.
about taking a shot in spite of the gross alcohol flavor just to get tipsy.
Correct.
It's about actually enjoying what you're getting tipsy from.
Yes. No, it is. It's a big difference. I mean, obviously, when we're in our 20s,
You'd knock them back.
right.
It would be nothing.
This is not for that. Whiskey's meant to be sipped, enjoyed, and talked about, and that's why we're doing this show and why we have so much fun doing this show. It's a great way for us to spend time together, something that we both truly enjoy, and yeah, I enjoy this. This is good. I did prefer before the water.
We agree there.
So, and it's so funny because
Definitely.
she's kind of been doing this countdown of,
Yeah.
I always preferred everything on the rocks. What I'm finding is that it's not about the water changing the flavor of the whiskey. It's more that I just prefer a cold drink. So, but I've almost every single one of these minus one, I've enjoyed before the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is one that if you do find in your local market, I would suggest you give it a try. If you like a decent proof whiskey that isn't too complex, you're not going to be digging out tons of notes, tons of flavors, but it is good and has nice things to appreciate out of it. I definitely recommend this.
Yeah.
To go check
nice
out.
kind of mid-level whiskey. A little bit, it's priced right in that mid-range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $40 is fair.
Which 10 years ago, that would have been unheard of.
Right.
But,
Right.
now is now, and everything is more expensive. So, yeah, just sitting around with friends, enjoying something that's relatively light.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to blow you away. It's not going to knock your socks off. But it's not quite as light. It's not anywhere near as light as the Basil Hayden Rye that we reviewed last week.
Correct. It definitely
There's
has
a lot more.
There is more
oomph.
to it. Yes, there definitely is a little bit more oomph to it. So,
Weird in the mid palate, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try it before. So do like we did. If you do try it, go neat first, and then if you want to, try it with a little bit of water, And if you do that, leave a comment. Let's see if we agree on that you found that there was a spice in that mid-note that wasn't there before.
Yeah, and if you don't like spending $40 on a bottle blind, definitely I would say try this one first.
Yeah, agreed.
Because the nose is absolutely beautiful.
It really is.
I love the nose on this.
It really
is.
It's
wonderful.
So, as always, friends, thank you so much for checking out our channel. I've said it 100 times, but I truly mean it. We just have an absolute blast doing this. It's time together. We enjoy trying these new whiskeys. We enjoy talking about them. And we hope that you're enjoying the channel. We do appreciate all of you who are tuning in very, very much. So thank you so much. And here is to you.
Cheers.